Whenever driller or AD arrives on the site, the very first thing that he has to do is to check the lineup. So before we learn about how to set in our system as soft shut-in or hard shut-in lineup, there is a basic lineup that is common for both. So first let us understand what is the basic or what is the common lineup which is common for soft shut-in and hard shut-in both the ways. So I will start from this point. This is drilling spool, and above spool I have got whole set of BOP stack. So this is my drilling spool, and then I have a manual valve. And after manual valve, I have HCR, hydraulically operated choke line valve. Okay, now the question is why I install manual valve first? Why not I can install this HCR first? Okay, the reason behind it, let's say if I install HCR in place of manual valve, and if HCR is stuck in close position and there is a positive kick, can I do anything? I can't do anything because this is my last defense. And if it is stuck in close position, if it is closed, so HCR I can't do anything. But if I have manual valve first, then what I'll do, if any problem with the HCR, then I will close this manual valve. It will act as a barrier, a mechanical barrier, and then I can repair or replace my HCR. Okay, so in lineup, manual valve is first, then we have HCR. Okay, so manual valve is near to spool and HCR is away from spool. Okay, now this is my manual valve, and whenever the last defense, whatever last defense that I have, I will not operate very often because this is my last defense. If I lose this defense, then I have no other barriers. So generally the manual valve is kept in open position. Now let's say if I close this manual valve and if there is a kick, so what will happen? One side of the gate will have pressure and other side of gate will not have any pressure. So can you open any valve under pressure? You can't open any valve under pressure unless and until you equalize the pressure from both sides of the gate. So that's the reason any manual valve should be kept in open position. So I should keep this manual valve open. So this should be open position. Now this is choke manifold. Why there are two chokes incorporated in a choke manifold? Yes, it is because if I lose one of the choke, maybe choke washout or choke plug, then I have the other choke as a backup. So it is used as a backup. Now, whenever we kill well, we make sure that we kill well using auto choke or hydraulic choke. Now, how choke is operated from remote choke panel? Choke is operated from remote choke panel by the means hydraulics. So 3000 psi hydraulic pressure I require to open and close the choke. So the choke is operated by hydraulic fluid, not by pneumatic. It is by hydraulic. Now I have got two different set of choke. So whenever I plan to kill a well or I line up, so I have to select one choke at a time because I can't kill well by using both chokes. So I have to select one choke. So let's say I selected the lower choke, this choke. When I line up the system, it should be lined up this way. Okay, now starting common lineup, starting from manual valve. Manual valve is always open. Then from choke to HCR, this is choke line. Now in choke line, as you can see, all the valves are manual valves. So all the manual valves should be open because if one side of the gate has pressure and the other side doesn't have any pressure, you can't operate that gate or that valve. So all the valve, this line from HCR to choke should be always open. Now from choke to MGS, again you have all set of valves, that is manual valves. So this line should be open. So I'll show you this way. As you can see, manual valve is open. Line from HCR to choke, this is open. From choke To MGS, this line is also open. So this is a common lineup. Now, HCR, hydraulic choke line valve, is always closed, whether you line up for hard shut-in or soft shut-in. This is always closed. So what is my common lineup? Common lineup says that manual valve should be always open, HCR should be closed, line from HCR to choke should be always open, choke to MGS should be always open. So only one thing remains in this lineup is the choke. So for soft shut-in, we keep choke open. For soft shut-in, we keep choke open. So what is the lineup for soft shut-in? Let us see this way. Manual valve, common lineup is open. HCR, common lineup is closed. Then HCR to choke, this line is open. Choke to MGS, this line open, common for all the type of shut-in. And choke is open for soft shut-in. So soft shut-in, only one thing is closed, that is HCR is closed in the lineup. The rest all the things are open. Now this is a common lineup and soft shut-in lineup. Now let us see hard shut-in lineup. Now this is in hard shut-in lineup. As we know that common lineup for hard shut-in will be manual valve is always open, HCR is always closed. HCR to choke, this line, choke line valve, since it has got all the manual valves, should be always open. So this line should be kept open. Choke to MGS, this line will also be open because it has again all set of valves, that is manual valves. So only one thing that remains, but the rest of the things are common. So whether you line up for hard shut-in or soft shut-in, just leave choke, rest all the things will be as per shown in the figure. Now for hard shut-in, choke is closed. Because we know that formation is very strong, so if at all that hammering effect or the water hammer effect, that pulse goes downside, will not harm my formation, so I will keep this valve closed. So this is a common lineup and hard shut-in and soft shut-in lineup. So once again, let us revise. First common lineup, from drilling spool, first is manual valve should be always open, HCR should always be closed. HCR to choke, whether I use this choke or this choke, should be always open. So this line is open. Choke to MGS, this line is open. So only one thing that I have to remember for any sort of lineup, whether it is hard shut-in or soft shut-in, I should remember only choke. For soft shut-in, choke is open. For hard shut-in, choke is closed.